Good morning, it's Caroline from Complete Fitness and Wellbeing with your 5 moves in 5 minutes on this Friday morning. As it's Friday, it's always our balance and strength class. Week in, week out, we work on set moves, but we also add a variety of movements to challenge our balance, but so we can see our progressions as we go on through the weeks. Because again, our balance can vary in a click. From day to day, our balance may be brilliant, the next day it may not be so good. So we've got to constantly be working on it. So when we need it, it's there to help us, either preventing a fall or just stopping us from having that sort of a tumble or a wobble. And as we go through midlife, again, it's something really now we need to be focusing on so that in 10, 20, 30 years' times, it's in place. So I'm going to show you 5 moves. 2 or 3 that we'll do regularly each week, and a couple of additional moves that we'll just add into the mix as well. But as always, if you're going to join in, please make sure you're feeling fit and well and you're only going to do what's suitable for you. And with balance, standing on one leg, holding a position. If you want something for a bit of stability, have something close to hand. That's always the best way of starting out. If you're not sure, have some support, and then we can gently progress from that. And as always, a clear safe space. We don't want any additional trip hazards to add to our practice. So our first move, we're going to start off with our tiptoe bend lower, which I'm going to hold a weight for. We're going to do 45 seconds work, 15 seconds rest. Again, you don't need to use a weight for this at all, but it just adds that little bit of resistance. And we're basically just coming up onto tiptoes, gently bending into a very small squat and lowering down again. So let me show you. So I'm just holding my weight close to my chest, feet hip width apart, coming up onto tiptoes. Then I'm just gently hinging back, bending the knees, lowering my heels down, and then straightening back up again. So tiptoe, hinge, bend the knees, lower the heels down. Working toe joints, ankles, knees, hips, so all our lower body joints. And for the majority of us, again, it's just a nice way of tuning in to those areas. Our toes, how does it feel coming up onto the tiptoe? As we walk, we are pretty much coming up onto the toes the whole time, extending them. Lovely. Take our time with this. Good. Because even having both feet on the floor can feel quite sort of, affect our balance, can feel a little bit wobbly. Now the next one we're going to do is, again, feet hip width apart. Now I'm going to take a step back. This time, I'm still holding my weight, but again, we can put this down. This time, I'm going to gently bend and then come onto my tiptoes and then straighten. So I'm reversing. So from the feet being grounded onto the tiptoe, then rising up and back down again. So in a split stance, more of our sort of walking stance. Again, always taking that leg forward. And again, noticing the toe joints, the knees, the hips, the ankles, but also the thigh muscles. Back to the legs. Lovely. Just really take your time. Sometimes with our balance, if we rush, that's when we might have a few issues. So if we can slow things down, really notice how things feel, then that's really, really helpful. Again, next one, changing our stance. So visualizing we're walking along a curb or a tightrope. We're going to then bring our heel to toe. So again, I'll show you these moves most weeks. Can you notice a difference if you've been practicing them? So heel to toe, body's got to adjust to walking on this narrow path. And it might be, again, we just look straight ahead to hold a little bit of balance. That helps. I don't want us to be looking down at the floor because then we can't see what's coming up. Maybe if this is comfortable, we start looking left to right. Again, if you have to walk along a curb, you've got to be aware of what's going on around you. So it's a skill we probably do anyway. But just feeling the feet on the floor, the heel against the big toe against the heel. That connection. Lovely. Right, from there, with our ball, we're aiming to do a little bit of catch or playing around with the ball, for grip, hand grip, but again, balance. So this time I'm going to stand, hover one leg, and I'm passing, maybe literally throwing it, catching it, but I mean, you could just literally swap it underneath, but can we add an element of having to catch that ball as well as balancing? We could throw under, pause down, come up, throw under. Could also, once you've caught it, can we do a catch, pass it back? So we're playing around with our balance and the tennis ball for our balance, eyesight, hand-eye coordination. Adapt it to suit where you're at. And my left foot is really having to work hard to keep me grounded, which is great because it's being trained. It's working on adjusting as the rest of my body moves. So there we go. I think that was 5 moves. I've lost count now. No, we've got one more. One more. I'm going to do one more anyway. We're going to do our tiptoe and then a shoulder press. So like our first one, coming up onto tiptoe, but as I come onto that tiptoe, I'm now pressing, pushing something above. And this is something that I was really thinking about the other day. Again, you're reaching something in that top shelf. You might have to go onto tiptoes, reach the arms up, and then you've got to pull it down and lower it down carefully. So tiptoe, reach up, bring it down. And again, you don't need to hold a weight for this, just body weight, taking the arms up. So as well as toes, ankles, knees, hips, we're now focusing on the shoulders, getting the shoulders a bit of raise up and come down and rest. So there we go. That could have been 5 or 6 moves in 5 minutes. All for your balance, to challenge it, to work on those set movements, to see how we progress and to add some variety and a bit of fun to it too. Let me know how you get on, and if you want to find out any more about the classes, as always, just drop me a message and we can have a chat about your health and fitness goals, where you're at, what do you want to work on, and how I can help you with that. Have a super weekend, and I will see you next week for some more 5 moves in 5 minutes. Take care.